because of that. He was driving just fine down the highway, and all of a sudden, we go into a cell phone service area. All of a sudden, he must have gotten a bunch of messages, so we were out of cell service, and then he started swerving everywhere. He's been on the shoulder several times and keeps crossing the line, and then does a sudden swerve. So, just being careful. Basically, it's a pickup with a trailer hauling another pickup on top. If he's not careful, he's going to ride off two pickups. He's also speeding up and slowing down like crazy. But how are you guys doing? I don't always ask. Sorry about that. I do care. That's not just me saying something. It's just fun hearing what you guys are doing. I'm not very good at being empathetic, but I try. Just not an empathetic person. I'm just not. I can't, I guess, show that I care. It's just who I am. We've delivered 2 loads in trail already. We're approaching Salmo on Highway 3. We'll deliver the 3rd load, and then we got 1 load left after that. After that, we're loading Klasnikov and headed back to Vancouver. It's about 60. Turning off here out of the sun, hopefully. Just a few seconds. It is April 15th.
Turn left on Highway 6.
It's only +4. This time of year, during the day, I'm like, of course we can go camping and sleep out in the tent. And then at night, it still gets pretty darn cold.
It's 6 kilometers. Someone's down on yard on the right.
Now we got 5.5 kilometers north to the Sutco Salmo yard. Actually, home office. If you're ever looking for Sutco home office, drive 5.5 kilometers north. I don't know if I said miles, but kilometers. Now, so making good progress today morning. Yesterday dispatch was hinting at maybe me getting a Montana run, so I did the math on hours, and I'm like, this is where I'll end up if you do that. Just to make their life a little easier, and they can make a decision that's better for me. Right, I'll for sure get home for the weekend. If all goes right, I should be able to get to Vancouver tonight. And deliver first thing in the morning, figure out what kind of load they've got for me, and then head home. Hopefully it's not 6 pickups again. I don't mind 6 pickups, I don't mind at all during the week, but Friday, I like Friday to be a simple day. Doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen, but that's what I would prefer. I will stop here, unload, take a shower, and then head on the road again. Last night I didn't, well, I'm coming through Salem, I'm not going to bother trying to figure out where to take a shower on the way here. It's so hard on some of these roads to find places to shower. It's like, nope, just going to park right at the customer's place and shower here today morning. Sutco company, or the Sutherland companies: Summit, PC EcoChip, Sutco, Landmark, and Brooklyn. See where they want me? Probably on the backyard there. In fact, I'll pull partway through. Park over there in that area. Positioned properly. If they want me to move after, I can move after. There we go. Just a matter of time before I get an email about my speeding. last 3 years, all my trucks, when I had the engine brake on, it was on. So I'm used to just leaving it on all the time. But this one, I have to turn it on every single time I start the truck up again. And I keep forgetting. It's like, okay, cruise control, flying down the road, and here comes the first hill. And all of a sudden I'm doing 110 in a 90 zone. I'm like, no! This is not what I meant to be doing. But if the engine brakes are on, I can cruise and not worry about these hills. And cruise control takes care of all of that. I just have to remember to turn them on. It's going to be important. Just coming towards Nelson here. We're not going to go into Nelson. We're just Highway 6 northbound, and we'll is that 3A? Continue on 3A down back to Castlegar. Unload, get loaded, probably have to tarplet load. And then let's see if we can make it back to Vancouver. Be tight on time. But it's another beautiful day. It's +9 now. What is it? It's 10 o'clock.
In 400 meters, take the turn on the right to Highway 3A toward Castlegar. Take the turn on the right to Highway 3A toward Castlegar.
Corner is always super tight. The 53-foot trailer, you can see all the people that have curbed. I guess you guys can't see it, it's too far away, but people curb their trailers all the time. I just curbed it. I didn't run onto the curb, but I rubbed the curb. People coming, I gotta cut in close, rubbing the curb again. With the engine brakes on. We're doing good. It's a good day. Like I said, hopefully I make it to Vancouver tonight. That way tomorrow I'll have no problem making it home. Wow. Let's take a look at what we're going to get loaded in Vancouver first. Have 6 pickups, so it might be close. Might be a little tight. another new driver. He's only been with Sutco for a few weeks now, I think. They gave him my Peterbilt just temporarily while they have another truck on the way for him. But they temporarily gave him the Peterbilt, and he picked it up yesterday and started leaving the shop. Started crossing Bombay Pass and didn't make it all the way to the top before the truck completely derated. So I guess he dropped his trailers up the top and then drove back down, derated, and brought the truck back to the shop, and they're working on it in there now. Today it's like, man, I got rid of that truck just in time. And he's happy that the truck is only temporary for him, because I told him about the little quirks about it. And if you're watching, hey, he says he watches some of my YouTube videos. Send him my spreadsheet for all my cheat sheets, fuel stations, and my weight paperwork, my meal expense paperwork, all the stuff I do on the computer. I'll share with any driver that wants it. Slow sign. Oh, we're going all the way across. Behind me, they put us in this lane for a reason. They're on the right lane instead of the left lane. It's like, hey guys, there's a reason why they put us here. Fully loaded logging truck takes a little while to get up to speed. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys after we're unloaded and reloaded and probably tarped. I don't know where I'll catch up with you guys. I've recorded this highway so much recently. Hopefully I think of something to say. slow moving traffic. I'm unloaded. Let me out of here so I can go get my load and then come right back here and then tarp. Are you pulling in here as well, dump truck? If you are, I can just pass you. I think you are. This guy here is waiting to tarp. That guy over there looks to get a short load, so he just tarped it over here while waiting for drivers to get out of the way. And this guy looks like he just unrolled his tarps. Unrolled his tarps and he's going to pull forward to let the other driver.
Turn left on Highway 3A.
Let the other driver unroll his tarp so that he can start tarping as well. Let's hope we can get onto the road here. Sometimes we gotta wait a long time. Maybe? Maybe? I think so. Nice, that's not bad. A little bit funny, I got a phone call asking if I had unloaded that one load at Summit yet. It's like, oh yeah, that's long done. I'm guessing they were coming up with a backup plan to get me to actually go to the actual customer instead of just at our place at Sutko's property. They're having engine problems. Dipstick was out. Green light, nice. Always good to get green lights when you're thinking we're close on time. According to my GPS versus my e-log, we have 2 hours to spare. 2 hours might seem like a lot of time, but every brake check counts into that 2 hours. Every load secure counts into that hour, 2 hours. The load time it takes me to load here at Klesnikov, that counts in 2 hours, and then the time to tarp is going to count in 2 hours. So that's actually going to be very tight on time. It's 10:30 now. So yeah, we'll see. Once I'm tarped and leaving the yard, then I'll have a really good idea of if I can make it today or not. Basically, once I'm tarped and leaving the yard, I should have at least half an hour extra to spare. If I have half an hour to spare, according to my GPS, because it's going to be a full Canadian load, it'll be a little slow going over the mountains. If I got half an hour to spare, I should be able to make Vancouver. I'll have to fuel up somewhere too. We'll see. Plastikoff is 3 kilometers away. Hopefully we can get in right away. Hopefully there's not a long line of trucks. If there's 2 trucks ahead of me or whatever, it might be fine, but more than that I might be in trouble. Speed limit only being 80 kilometers an hour on this road always seems slow too. Especially on a day that you think you're close on time. But that's okay. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. Pretty solid black lines there. Looks like the logging yard is full. He's gonna have to stay parked on the road there for a little bit. I see at least one truck in there. So there I won't be getting loaded immediately. I still have to get used to this brake. I hit the throttle on the wrong, or the brake at the wrong spot, and I don't hit the brakes as hard as I think I'm hitting them. Seem to come in a little bit hot because I'm like pushing the brakes down hard and it's not doing anything. I have to put my foot quite a bit higher. I see a shadow of a forklift, so we'll give the forklift the right of way, as it should be in every lumber yard. The equipment on the yard always has the right of way. I'm still signaling. Let's turn that off. Looks like there might be just the one truck, and he's almost loaded already, so this is a good sign. Where are you going, forklift? Make sure you don't come in reverse all of a sudden. the 53-foot trailer, I find it pretty tight coming around these corners. But once again, after UVic, none of this feels as tight anymore. With the Super B, I can get straight over here beside the building without having to back up. But with a 53-foot trailer, the trailer just takes too long to straighten out. So I like to park in a way that I'm out of the way of the forklift, that they can still zoom along beside me. Some truckers take up the whole lane here. It's like, no, let's give them enough room that they can still do their job. All right, let's hope we get loaded here pretty quick. Scale is closed. Nice. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. How's she gonna do climbing a mountain with a full load? It's the third load we have, but this is the first time it's a full Canadian load.
Keep right to Highway 3 West.
Prepare to stop. Always be prepared to stop around this corner, but more so than normal, I guess. I was thinking, I'm like, I've got 45 minutes to make it. I've got 45 minutes spare with the passes and stuff that'll slow me down compared to the time GPS gives me and all the brake checks and stuff. Should be able to make it tonight. Not if we get a bunch of this. Now this should be alternating. Everybody behaves, this will be an easy zipper merge. Nope, that car didn't let the pickup in. The pickup's just going to take the space. And this car let 3 people in. Zipper merge. Person beside us actually waved to let them know that, or let me know that they were going to let me merge in front of them. Communication is good.
Continue on Highway 3.
Communication is good. As long as someone doesn't wave me to do something illegal. It's like, no, you definitely have the right of way, so you go ahead. I'm like, that's insurance fraud. If here in this case zipper merging, I'm like, if you're waving me in, absolutely, we're communicating. But if you're gonna wave me ahead and you could hit your throttle and smash into me and win in court, I'm just gonna sit there and wait. I don't care if you mean it to be nice. Insurance fraud is a thing. Not very common, but it is a thing. Enough for me to go, no. All right, let's see what this little engine can do. What speed do you think? Remember, Super B's 20-25 kilometers per hour. My Peterbilt with a single trailer. So on the International, Super B's, we were running 20-25 kilometers per hour. That was 550 horsepower. On the Peterbilt 575 horsepower, we were running up to about 40 kilometers per hour. This is 500 horses with a single trailer. What speed will we go up? I'm kind of hoping for 30. Steepest section here, I'm hoping 30. May as well turn our four-way flashers on, which is on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, not on the left-hand side like the last truck. The truck before was on top of the steering wheel. Steering column, you had to reach through the steering wheel to hit the four-way flashers. Horrible design. That was the International. Car broken down. We're gonna hog the white line. There's a car coming, but if we start hogging the white line now, they will know to go wide. White car decided just to stay behind me. What was your guess, guys? This is the steep section. I know the suspense, huh? I'm just quite pleased with this. A little surprised. Really? Lowest we went there was 32 kilometers per hour, and we're up back to 35 kilometers. Horsepower difference, and we're essentially climbing the hill only 5 kilometers slower. Well, I guess gearing is it's all about gearing too. And I honestly don't know what the gearing ratio on this truck is versus the Peterbilt, but they've definitely geared it well. I'm up to 40 now. So what we're saying is I'm gonna climb the hill slightly slower than the Peterbilt, 75 horsepower more, and I'm gonna slightly go up the hill slower. Huh. It'll be interesting coming down the Paulson to see. Because with the light loads I was finding it was having a hard time holding us back, so I'll definitely have to pick up lower gear at the top of the hill. The little engine that could. I was going to say, I'm going to guess 30, but I'm not too optimistic it's going to stay higher than 30. I think it'll go lower than 30. What were your guesses and how did you do? The lowest it went was 32. definitely surprised by this. Definitely surprised. I talked to dispatch about this truck, and remember how my truck's always so dirty? Like, can we figure out a way for me to get this truck washed more regularly? I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty and clean all the time, but can we figure a way of getting it washed a little more often? It's like, if we can get it washed once a month, that'd be much better than not at all. Like, I don't want to spend every weekend washing this truck. I enjoy my weekends too much for that. But once a month, stop to wash the truck. Ideas. I'm going to talk to him and see what he feels, because Princeton has that car wash. Maybe I should try it one of these. I've never tried it yet. Just pull in and try it, just to rinse off the truck. Like, I'm not going to be polishing and shining it, but I would like it not to be caked with mud too, in the winter caked with snow. brake check coming down Paulson. We'll see how controlled I can come down that hill. All right, what gear do I pick? My instinct is 15, but we're gonna go 14. I'm gonna go to 14. I'd rather have a gear too low. Well, 14 is not too low. One lower. Let's go 13. Use a little brake here. A little flatter, straighter section. Let's go 13. Yeah, I think I always came down here in 15th on the Peterbilt, so it makes sense. But I have to go lower than that. 13 seems to be holding it pretty good. Did I normally come down 14 with a full load? Oh, when I had the Super B, it was 14th gear. And then with a single, with this trailer, I was in 15th gear. And right now I'm in 13th gear. And I'm going to need a little brake for the steepest section here. Just a little bit. Looks like I'm about 3-4 psi brake. Remember, lucky 13 for the steepest hills. Actually, steeper hills for the 6 and 7% grades, 13th gear. Steeper than that, I want a lower gear. But we got some hills that are 11% grade. Part is done. Upshift. We'll go 14th till the bridge. Big blue bridge. Yeah, 14th is holding it fine over here. My GPS says this is 0% downgrade. I think it's wrong. Pretty sure it's a 6% grade here. Actually, it's probably less than 6%. After the bridge, it goes 6%, and that steepest section is probably 7%. Can't remember at the brake check. They've got it all written down there. Whenever I come down a hill for the first time, I stop and read that sign so I know what's ahead. Those brake check signs will actually tell you if there's a hairpin on the bottom, or so you kind of know what speed you should start on the top. It's a good reference anyway. Elevation 1106. So yeah, I'll definitely come down the hill slower. That'll be my biggest loss of time. Ooh, that's a lot of rocks. Where can I in between them? It's that time of year. See some big sharp rocks too. I'll cut a tire down. So I'm going to try this section in 15th gear. See what happens. Gaining speed. Just fine, we can hit 100 kilometers at the bottom. Okay, forward flashers off. Sixteenth gear. Hopefully you realize a cop just passed me like a minute ago and they may be sitting here on the road somewhere. There's quite a few cops on Paulson today, so 2 of them had people pulled over, and more of them were looking for people to pull over. It's a section of road that's really easy to speed on, so there's another one pulled over. What'd I say? Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Start in 13th gear for a 7% hill. Unless it's going to be 7% for a long time, because I had to do slight brake. If it's going to be a long 7%, we'll start 1 gear lower. You realize that's not the only cop on the hill? Maybe they figure they've passed 4 cops already. That must be all of them. easy way of not getting a speeding ticket. Don't speed excessively. Pretty easy. Having said that, I have gotten a speeding ticket. I'm not a speeder and I've gotten a speeding ticket. I'm the type of guy that speeds by mistake sometimes. I was doing 180 when I got a speeding ticket. I thought the speed limit was 100. Alright, let's grab some gears. Where are all those black lines? So I'm pretty impressed with this truck. Was not expecting it to go up the hill that speed. So yeah, going uphill, I'm not really going to be able to feel the difference. It's downhill where I have to change my instincts. Go down slower than I feel I need to. Luckily, I'm learning all this in the summer. I don't have to learn this in the winter. Just coming down a hill too fast in the summer, you got brakes. In the winter, it's solid ice. Alright. Once again, the pedal thing. Foot on the wrong bar of the pedal. Like I was saying, glad I'm learning it here now. I can get harder on the brake. In the winter on icy roads, it'd be a little tricky switching from the other trucks to Kenworth. It's the big pedal, the big brake pedal that's throwing me off. Like I could put a foot and a half of my feet on top of this pedal. It's like huge. Was better. Grab the top of the pedal that time. So yeah, it'll take me a little while to get used to this and learn it and not stop making mistakes. My instincts are wrong with some of the stuff. So today I met two new Sutco drivers. Did I tell you about the first one? Yeah, I think I did. He's driving the Peterbilt temporarily. So he's got my phone number now. He can text me or ask me any questions. nice for off-roading. Alright, I think it's time to grab some gears. Slow sign's only way over here, but I know to grab them early. So we should, this isn't a very steep hill, so probably 14th gear will be enough. And we are in 14th. Keep it in manual mode. Make sure it doesn't upshift on me. Christina Lake, beautiful today. High on the RPMs, we're hitting 2,000 RPMs. So it wouldn't hurt to have picked one more gear there. My GPS will power itself down. Once it's powered down, I'll plug it back in and let it reset so that it doesn't think I'm off-roading and driving in the lake. I mean, I drove in the ocean earlier in the week, but GPS thinks I can go amphibious now. Resetting it or shutting it down and restarting it is the easiest. Way to get it back on track. Happens every now and then. Hey look, I'm on the road again. On the road again? I shouldn't do that. Just watch I get a silly copyright strike for singing very poorly. And we're gonna grab some gears again. Down into the town of Christina Lake. My fan button is where the four-way flasher button was on the last truck, and my four-way flasher button is where the fan button was on the last truck. So I always keep reaching the wrong side. .70 kilometers. We haven't switched it to 60 yet. One of these days we'll come through here and it'll say 60. Yeah, if cops wanted to catch people speeding, sit here the day they switch the speed limit. Be a low blow, but you would get a lot of tickets written. Nice little community. I don't know if I would like living here though, because I mean the actual geography, beautiful. There are beautiful trails, beautiful lake, just gorgeous. But the fact that the town economically, how it makes its money is tourists. So in the summer, this town grows massive and it's just tourists everywhere, RVs everywhere. Well guys, I think I'll call it there, because we got lots of videos of heading into Grand Forks and Greenwood and Midway and Rock Creek. So a huge thank you for you guys for watching, making it all the way to the end. I'm really enjoying the new truck. I hope you guys are too. I plan on organizing the truck on this weekend and hopefully get it nice and neat and tidy. And then I'll do a truck tour again with you guys. With me all fully moved in. Also, huge thanks for all the questions and comments. Oh yeah, I was saying a little bit earlier that I met two new Sutco drivers, and both of them recognized me from YouTube, so you're welcome, Sutco. Will I get a bonus for those? Probably not, because there's so many parameters you have to meet for me to get a bonus, but if I get a bonus, sweet. Hasn't happened yet. Sutco is hiring. If you're interested in a Sutco job, Sutco is hiring. They want to hire a whole bunch of drivers still. I think they're working on 25 more drivers right now. And that's why they're buying so many new trucks, because they don't have enough trucks for all these drivers that are coming in. So there's a lot of new iron coming in. So join the team. Also bought 4 new quad axle trailers that are on the way. Tell them I sent you, and I'll give you Timmy's gift card. If I get a bonus because of you, I'll give you Timmy's gift card. Tell Morris I said so. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys. You guys rock. I'm out of here. Let's fade to black. Wait, what's going on? Hey, I said fade to fade. Hey now. Fade to black.